The Golden State Warriors. Let's talk about them. This is a Warriors segment. So if you're a Warriors fan, NBA fan, keep it slotted right there, and we're going to talk about some Golden State Warriors on this segment right here on RC Covers, the WNBA, and the NBA. Let's go. So the Warriors, they finished in 6th place, had a 44-38 record, avoided the play-in tournament, so that was nice. But Road Warriors, they weren't. Man, they lost a lot of games on the road. So they are led by the legendary Stephen Curry, hands down the greatest three-point shooter we have ever witnessed. His sidekick, the incredible Klay Thompson, getting himself back from injury, filling himself out, having a better campaign than he did the year previous. They met the Lakers in round 2 after they beat the Sacramento Kings in a hotly contested first-round series that went to 7 games. So the Warriors, they would lose to the Lakers in 6 games, and the season would come to a close. So many question marks because last year they were what? Your NBA champions last year when they beat the Boston Celtics in 6 games. So Curry, Draymond Green, Klay Thompson, all getting up there in age. Jordan Poole did not have a good playoffs, and he was horrific against the Lakers. This same Warriors team traded away James Wiseman, but they brought back Gary Payton II. Guys, what needs to be done for the Warriors to continue to contend in the future? They still got some youth on this team, talented youth. Andrew Wiggins can still give you a lot. Not a young guy, not an old guy. He can definitely contribute to a team's success. You saw that last year for the Warriors. His defense was up to par. His shot making was damn good. So I think, in my estimation, because you got to decide whether or not you're going to pay Draymond or you're going to pay Klay. Steph's contract is good. He should be a Warrior. He should be locked in almost for the rest of his career with the Warriors, although you can never say never. I never saw Peyton Manning or Michael Jordan playing for another franchise. You can never say never. But as I look at the Warriors, this team definitely needs a versatile big. Now, obviously, they're not getting their hands on Domantas Sabonis because he's property of the Sacramento Kings, and rightfully so. But this team, if they could go out somehow and get them I think that the Warriors should look into Jonathan Isaac, or they should look into Nikola Vucevic from the Chicago Bulls, see if they can check on their free agency status. You got to get you a big either at the 4 or the 5. If you're going to keep Draymond, you need some length. I think it's obvious you need somebody that's tall that can stretch that floor, kind of like how David West used to do. Or if you can't get that 4 to stretch the floor, you need a banger, somebody do the dirty work, kind of like, Andrew Bogut. What was his name? Festus Ezeli. You need to get you some height in there. They had a couple of players on that team, and they weren't necessarily stars, but they could scrap and they could knock down a mid-range shot. You got to keep these nothing wrong with Kevin Looney. I think he's a great defensive addition. The way he can rebound, he just really just does his thing, fills his spot, knows where to be at. Scrappy player to the utmost. But you definitely need some more offensive production and seeing if you can get that same production from a guy who could defensively be sound as well. Klay Thompson didn't look too hot. especially against the Lakers. We could sit and we could say, okay, he's still trying to work his way back. Or we could just say his age, attrition just catching up to him. I don't know. It's probably not it's probably an unpopular choice. But I'm trying to move, of course, Klay Thompson. And I know you want to move Klay Thompson. You got to inject some serious youth in this team. And you got youth. Don't hear me out, though. Hear me out. You got youth on this team because you're like, why would you want to trade Klay Thompson? Now, look, you don't have to. I wouldn't be opposed if they said we're not going to move him, but I think you at least got to entertain it. Because I don't think you signed him to another max contract. I just don't see how you could. Not him and Draymond, both, you might have to choose. I think maybe you ought to. Because if I were them, here's what I would do. You got a young core. I would hold on to Moses Moody. Or here's the definite. I would hold on to Jonathan Kuminga. See if there's a trade market for I just said his name, Moses Moody and Jordan Peele. I mean, really, Jordan Peele, that's the director. Jordan Poole. Because I just don't know if you could keep him on that team. They got a lot of decisions to make. And I'm just kind of winging it here. But I would try to entertain the trade market for Klay Thompson. Yes, Klay Thompson. I know he's legendary. But you can't stay put in this league anymore, especially as your stars get older. You got to make changes. I actually would say this, though. Here's something else. You could run it back one more time and see if perhaps, they could strike gold again, hence the Warriors. They could strike gold and get another title because I think they still got another title in them. But, Steph Curry, I don't know if he's going to play as long as LeBron will. So you need to maximize the potential while you can. You definitely need to put winning pieces around him. If you're going to rebuild, or if you're thinking about, we kind of might need to do like a Mal retool like they tried to do before, then, you don't want Steph Curry to have empty stats and empty three-pointers. But, yeah, I would look into getting Kuminga more playing time. He'd probably be my sixth man. I'm re-signing Andrew Wiggins if his contract is coming up. I'm looking for a big. Like I say, some Warriors fans ain't gonna like it, but look at Klay's performance last game. So I'm gonna entertain seeing what's on the market for him. You want to try to keep GP. You want to try to keep Gary Payton II. He's such a scrappy player. He does everything that you request of him to do. And him coming back, I think, really gave him a shot in the arm towards the second half of the season. They got to figure out, if anything, the Warriors got to get out there and figure out how to win them road games again. That's an absolute must. But I think as long as you got Steph Curry, I think you're doing good. And if he's supporting the team and if he's back, just got to make sure you got the right places, right people around him, the right pieces around him that fit. Because I think if you could, let me put it like this. If you could move off with Klay, you kind of want to get back and here's what you want. I can only think of one deal off the top of my head, but y'all tell me what y'all think of this. What if you could move Klay Thompson for, what if you could move, I just had it. What if you could move Klay for Jordan Clarkson, Walker Kessler, because I don't think